Hi everyone, my name is Nico. Today I'll be showing you how to bring VDB volumes like smoke from an application like Houdini FX using Axiom. I will not be showing you how to generate the smoke, but rather focus on how to prepare it for exporting to Omniverse. So what we're going to do is going to dive in, and here you can see my smoke simulation work here under the object node. So what I do is I import the objects, which is here in this case the two rear tires, and then I apply a bit of caching on the emission and the collision paths. So here you can see the Axiom solver. So what we want to do is trickle feed all the way down to the file cache, and once we're there we'll be changing it to save it as a VDB file. So in essence, what we want to do is transform all the geo from the Axiom solver all the way down to the file cache, and that's done by a couple of steps. The first one here is to basically focus on bringing in the volume wrangle, i.e. dropping the density and normalizing it between 0 and 1. So here you can see what I've done here is just basically preparing the density as add density and normalizing it. Now here in the next node, what I'm doing is a resample node. So I drop that and I make sure the interpolation is linear, and I define the transform as voxel size only. So I drop it to around about 0.011. So after we're completed with that, I convert the VDBs. So I do a convert to VDB and also VDB class as SDF to fog. So Omniverse will absorb the fog VDB class and be able to extrapolate that into smoke in Omniverse. So next I go into the file caching node, and like I said before, I make sure that it's a VDB type and also ensure that the start and end frames are defined clearly. And then essentially I just hit the save to disk and I generate a series of VDB files. So now here's a list of VDB files, not super exciting, just a bunch of files that increases in size as there's more smoke and volume. So you can see that on the right hand side, the size is generally increasing. So we're going to go to PowerShell and launch USD Composer, typing repo.bat space launch and just clicking the USD Composer. So this is going to take a little while to open up and should almost be done. It's pretty quick. Okay, bingo now. Okay, great. Okay, now what we're going to do is just going to remove the sky. That will help to see the smoke. So let's just position it a little bit. Okay, that should do. Okay, now what we're going to do is create a cube and give it a OmniVolumeDensity material. So that's our cube. So that's where the smoke's going to be. Okay, that should be fine. So now what we're going to do, so it's just a normal cube, there's nothing special about it. So we're going to right button click, go to material and find OmniVolumeDensity. Now if you don't have it, just go to VS Code like you can see here and look for source folder, apps, and under apps you should see the .kit folder, which is the one you're in right now, or any other kit that you're using at that time. So if you click that, on the right hand side you're going to see a number of different kit commands. Now let me just clean up my tabs so that you're not confused. Actually, I might just clear them all. Okay, now just look for omni.kit.material.library, and then in the listing there is just a JSON list. You should find OmniVolumeDensity. If not, just enter it there at the bottom. You probably need to restart USD Composer. So now once you've done that, you should have OmniVolumeDensity as a material. So what we need to do is give it a texture. So we just go to base and select any of the VDB files. Okay, just select. Good. Okay, the next thing we want to do is go back to cube and change that as a volume prim var. So look for prim var is volume and click that. Change it from real-time to interactive path tracing, and also ensure that non-uniform volumes is also clicked. We could also do mesh lighting sampling if you like. That's not necessary. So if we go to flow, just click the path tracing flow and just click all those check boxes. So I think we're good to go. So path tracing is active on the render settings. Okay, we need to just make sure that the viewport is also turned to interactive path tracing just by doing this. Okay, I think we're nearly there. Now we're just going to add the volume timeline. That will help us scroll over the timeline to see how the smoke is changing. So we can see here that the VDB is in place, the cube's there, but we still see nothing. So what we need to do sometimes is just scale it. So I'm just increasing the scale, and here we go, and there we see it. So if you look on the right hand side, the scale is almost 100. So that's because Houdini brings in all of the geometry as in units of 1 meter. Here I believe that in the preferences it was set to 0.01, so that's why we've got to times it by 100. So if you don't see it, remember, change the scale to black and also increase the scale. So if we go to shader, we should be able to, let's increase the camera. So let's move the camera a bit. Now you can change the density scale to see it a little bit better. So that's it. So everything's great, but as you can see here, if you move the time, nothing's changing. It's stuck on that one VDB. So what we need to do now is go to edit time samples. Now, if you don't have that, just go to extensions and just type in time, scroll down, and you should see it. So if it's not activated, just activate it, and you might need to restart it again, but it should work. So it gives you a little bit of instruction of how to use it. So let's just close that. Now right button click the volume density texture, and you should see this window popping up. So what we're going to do is just change the asset path information. So we're going to replace the rolling number with %D. So that will tell Omniverse that this is the varying perimeter across all the VDBs. So we're just going to enter the first frame is 1, and I know that the last frame is 48, and the leading zeros is 3. So it tells Omniverse how to read the VDBs. So you can see the VDBs here. If you don't get this, you're not doing something correct. Just hit save, and notice how right now it's still not moving. Now, if this happens for you, what you might need to do is add a camera. Before we do this, what I would like to do as well is probably just add the car. Let me just find my car USD, and there we go. There's my car. So now I can decide to move either the cube where the density is or the car. So you can see it's just a matter of positioning. So what I'm going to do is just going to fast forward this bit and get the car placed nicely. Alright, so now I'm going to place a camera, and I'm going to animate the camera. So this is only if you're having issues with seeing the animation as you're scrolling from 0 frame all the way to the end of the frame. The smoke is not changing. So just add a camera. That's going to force Omniverse to start animating whatever is under the push graph. On the right hand side, you'll see the icon, the green icon push graph just appears. So that's because we've added a keyframe on the camera. So I'm just going to add another keyframe somewhere else, wherever you like. So I'm just going to move across to the right. Yeah, I've got to change the scrolling speed. It's very slow. Okay, should be fine. So as soon as you find the right position, just hit the green key button on the bottom right hand corner, and that should capture that keyframe. So okay, so that's the keyframe. Excellent. So now let's just press play to make sure that the keyframes are working. So I'm going to scroll over. Yeah, that looks good. It's just there to basically generate a push graph, which will force the smoke to also start changing, and the VDBs are going to start being red as it goes across the frames. Now notice how the OmniVolumeDensity is not changing. We're not seeing the smoke change at all. It's just the car and the camera. So to solve this problem, what we do is we go ahead and grab the OmniVolumeDensity and drop it under the push graph. So that's going to force it to scroll over the VDB numbers. So just grab the OmniVolumeDensity, drag and drop it under the push graph. Okay, now straight away you saw a change. Excellent. And let's increase the volume a bit by scaling the density. And I think we're good to go. You can change the color. A bit more of a dark, dirty color. There, good. All right. That's really good. So now you can see the smoke changing, and that's almost done. So the next part is just texturing the car, change the color of the smoke if you like, and be good to go. So what I'm just going to do quickly is just fast forward this and show you how the end product looks like. Okay, thank you for now. Bye bye.